What's up, Ram Truck Truckers? I'm going to try a new thing here called Truckstop Chronicles. It's where I try to portray to you some funny shit I saw at a truck stop, okay? And I don't know if you spend much time in a truck stop, but if you ain't got nothing to do and you got a busy truck stop near you, just go sit in the parking lot for a while. You're going to see some of the craziest, dumbest stuff you ever seen in your life. So, in these episodes, this is where I will try to inform you of the type of stuff going on at the truck stops. I'm sitting in Arizona a couple weeks ago, and a group of ladies coming from a hotel right next to the truck stop, going over to the truck stop, get some food or something. And it's like 4 ladies, okay? And these are bigger girls, and they all got a different color hair. You know, it seems to be the trend these days. And one's got the purple hair, and one's got black hair, and one's got red hair, and not like red hair ginger, like dyed red, maroon, you know. And one's got like white hair, and you know, not making fun of nobody. You know, everybody's got a right to express themselves the way they want, you know. But the story's about the one with the purple hair. Okay, the one with the purple hair, and this ain't no joke. Okay, she has been smacked in the face with a shovel. You know how I know? Because you can see the shovel print in her face. Okay, it's a little deformed, and not making fun of her. This ain't the point of the story. Okay, don't stop laughing. All right, she's got it was a flathead shovel. It's a flat line all the way going diagonally across her face. And you know where they stick the stick in the shovel and it's all shaped and formed? You can see that down here in her face, okay? If I could have got closer to her, I probably could have read the shovel brand imprint off of her face and told you what shovel, actually. But there is a perfect imprint of a shovel right across her face, man. Nose is crooked and everything. This eye, all right, outside of the shovel print, this eye's like way over here, you know. And I'm like, my goodness, you know. And I'm glad I was paying attention, because I couldn't take my eye off the shovel print. I never seen anything like this before. But I just happened to know, and they're walking, they're having a good old time, you know, lady weekend or whatever the hell it was, and I just happened to notice her shirt, and that's the point of the story. I hope you haven't laughed at her yet. That's probably sucked, getting smacked in the face with a shovel. But this is the point of the story. She had the best shirt of the year. It said, "It's not my fault. I was left unattended." All right, now this one's a better story, okay? I promise. I mean, that was a cool shirt, but this one's a little better. I promise. If you didn't laugh at that, you're going to laugh at this. I'm sitting at a truck stop in Texas, okay? Minding my own business. A little white car comes flying up, slams on the brakes. Looks like they're obviously in a huge hurry. Right next to me, an empty parking spot. This car didn't even pull in a parking spot, all right? But she slams on her brakes, and she's screaming and yelling, "Get the fuck out of my car, blah, 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 blah." And she kicks 3 people out of a car, okay? A female and 2 males. These are younger kids, you know, 20s, 22 at the most, maybe, you know. We all do dumb stuff at that age. It's part of growing up. But these ones had obviously done some dumb stuff. So they get out of the car, and the car takes off and leaves them there. And I'm curious as can be, you know. I like watching the show. I ain't got nothing to do. And so I crack the window a little bit, so I can hear what's going on. It becomes apparent very quickly
in 1 mile, take exit 86.
Hang on. It's pretty obvious that this chick is the leader of the group, okay? She's in charge. Just by the way she's talking to everybody and telling everybody what to do. And these 2 guys are just going right along with it, okay? And she's got this weird tick, all right? She's a whiner, all right, but she only whines the last word of every sentence. Everything else she says and when she's talking is fine, but when she gets to the last word of every sentence, she draws it out and extends it like 3 times longer than it needs to be. She's like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? Oh, I can't believe this. You know, and if I wasn't so bored, I'd roll up the window. It was annoying as can be, and like very quickly. And so she's like, give me your phone. Jason, just give me your phone. So Jason reaches in his pocket, he gets out his phone, and he calls, okay? Or he gives her the phone. And she calls, and she's like, Mom, we were in Mexico, and now we're in New Mexico. And Mom starts freaking out right away. She's yelling. It's all on speakerphone. I can hear both sides of the phone conversation, okay? And Mom freaks out. She's like, what are you doing in Mexico? And Allison or something was her name. What are you doing in Mexico, Allison? You're 2,500 miles away from home. Where have you been? Oh my goodness. What are you doing? And she's like, Mom, we're not in Mexico. We're in New Mexico. And Mom's like, I don't give a shit that you're in New Mexico now. This is ridiculous. What are you doing? How did you get there? And she's like, Mom, I'm with Jason and Jason. And Mom interrupts immediately. She goes, you mean Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead? And she's like, Mom, you're on speakerphone. They can hear you. And she's like, I don't give a crap what they can hear. Freaking retards. Why are you down there with them? How are you going to get home? Well, we had a ride, but we just got kicked out of the car. And she's like, oh, Allison or Ashley or whatever the hell her freaking name was. What are you doing? Why are you down there? And she's like, you got to be nice to Jason and Jason. And she's like, I don't got to be nice to Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead. When they can hear you, Mom. I don't care what they can hear. I told you to stop hanging out with those idiots. Mom, that's not nice. And so Mom was like, well, what are you going to do? How are you getting home? She's like, we're going to need some money. And Mom's like, I ain't got no money. And Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead, you can tell they are not new to this, okay? They have stood around and been called Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead for a while because they didn't even flinch. They didn't even look at each other. They weren't even like, oh, what's going on? They just stand there with their freaking heads down because they knew they all screwed up, you know? And so she's like, Mom, we're going to need some money. We need a bus ticket or a plane ticket or blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I ain't got no money. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't solving your and Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead's problems no more. You decided to go down there. You decided to get kicked out of a car. Figure it out. Maybe Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead's mom could get you home. So, hope you enjoyed the 2 stories. You want to see stuff like this, go sit at the truck stop. I got to deal with it all day long. I think you should get some exposure to it. It might change your mind on RV transport. Hey, I'm Johnny Mac telling you, watch out for Meth Beavis and Meth Butthead, because they were real.